Hello, I'm Janice Corrales from Corrales Law Group, and today we wanted to make a video because we have been receiving a high volume of calls in regards to the news that's all over the place right now that USCIS will be making home visits over the 3-year permits issued to DACA recipients. People are panicking over this. We just wanted to make it really clear that this is only going to apply to a very small number of people. Number one, it only applies to people who received a 3-year work permit under DACA rather than a 2-year one. This is because Obama went ahead and started expanding the DACA program as he announced in November. And a judge, as most people know, the expansion is in litigation right now in Texas. So that judge stopped it on February 16th. The government was supposed to stop issuing 3-year work permits at that point, but there were some accidents made and they issued about 2,500 work permits after that date for 3 years. They have to get those back because the judge is threatening citations and fines and that kind of stuff. So the government's doing what they can to get the work permits back. So if you don't have a 3-year work permit, this doesn't apply to you. If you do have one of the 3-year ones and it was issued before February 16th and you received it before February 16th, this doesn't apply to you. Now, if you do fall into the category where you have a 3-year permit and it was after that day, then you should have received a letter from USCIS asking you to send it back with a prepaid envelope. Now, your only concern is if you fall into that category and you also you moved and you didn't update your address with the USCIS, then you have some concerns. But if your address is correct on their files and you received a letter and you send back your work permit, then you're okay. They'll just send you a new one for 2 years as they were supposed to begin with. The government is just trying to correct their own mistakes. They're not taking away work permits. They're just trying to give you a new one, a correct one. Now, people aren't responding to these. There's a very small number of people. I think it's there were 2,500 issued and about 1,100 people have already returned there. So we're talking about 1,000 and some change of people. So those people need to return their work permits. Otherwise, USCIS is thinking about going to make home visits to people who live far away from service centers and whose numbers aren't working and things of that sort because they need to get these back or the judge is going to find them. So this video is just to calm people down. If you do not have a 3-year work permit, if your address is fine with USCIS and you kept it updated, and if you do have a 3-year work permit but it was issued before February 16th and you received it before February 16th, then you're completely okay. Now, if you still have questions, then go ahead and call me and I will be happy to speak to you and answer your questions.